At approximately 8:30 p.m. tonight, we received a phone call through our 911 system that a male was threatening suicide at 4470 Hicks Road. We dispatched officers. Information came in that the male subject was actually shooting his weapon inside the house, presumably at family members. The officers arrived. At some point after their arrival, the suspect shot at our officers, and our officers shot back at the suspect, and the suspect then retreated. We held our positions. We actually activated our SWAT team to come out and make sure that the scene was safe for the remaining occupants and for the officers on the perimeter. When that happened, SWAT located the individual in the garage deceased.
And that initial shooting back and forth between the suspect and police, that was inside the house or outside the house?
That was initially what we believe at this point. This is based on testimonial evidence, is that in the area of the open garage, could have been in the area possibly just outside, maybe even inside the garage.
Were any officers hurt?
No officers were physically injured, no.
How grateful are you for that?
Very grateful, and very grateful for the officers that continue to do this profession in a pretty hard time for police. They, of course, when you hear this, and we heard this on the radio, we were doing an actual meeting with officers, and we actually heard this on the radio, and of course it is what you dread the most, for an officer to be injured, and we were listening as the shots were being fired. And so yes, of course, we're extremely grateful for their dedication to this profession, for the dedication to the citizens of this county, for the dedication to the individuals inside that home. So absolutely grateful that they were not physically injured. Of course, this is difficult on them psychologically and emotionally. It's difficult on their families. And so we're not only expressing our gratitude to these officers, but also understanding the impact to them and to their families, and praying for them. Obviously, this is not how we like these situations to turn out. We are also cognizant and aware of the pain and trauma that the individuals inside this house just went through. There were young children there and other adults that will, of course, struggle with this. The family of the deceased individual, obviously we offer our condolences, and it's just overall not a great night here in Cobb County, but we're just thankful nobody else was injured.
None of those family members in the house were injured. You had mentioned he was shooting at them potentially to start off with.
I can't confirm that for sure, but I do not believe at this point that any of them were injured. None of them were shot for certain, but could have been some incidental injuries, but to my knowledge, none of the family members were injured.
Can you tell us,
have any sort of history with this house?
I don't know that at this time.
Can you tell us anything about what set him off tonight? Was he suicidal, or what?
I don't know. I just know what the dispatch was. That would be speculation if I tried to answer that. I do not know any of the details about the disputes. I don't know if he was shooting at family members, why he was shooting at family members at this point.
And what's happening now? GBI is here, it looks like. Are they taking over this?
GBI is taking over the investigation, and they've been here for a while, and they'll be out here for a while, and we'll clear up the roadways and get the roadways open as soon as possible. They're doing an independent investigation, obviously, and our officers will be placed on administrative leave while this investigation continues.